Ukrainian intelligence attacked the building of the FSB in Kursk in a series of devastating attacks on Russian command posts in Ukraine and in Russia itself. Despite the fact that Russian officials claim that the roof was allegedly slightly damaged as a result of the attack, but it is obvious that this is not so. There is a direct hit. The armed forces of Ukraine have already reached one logistics route of the Russians in the Bakhmut direction and are working to cut off others, said the head of the press service of the Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Ilya Yevlash. One of the routes that we can already shell is the Bakhmut-Horlivka highway. It is 3 kilometers from the contact line. It is the working distance for our mortars and UAVs, he noted. The Russian National Guard, Rosgvardia, is reported to have come under suspicion as a possible accomplice of Yevgeny Prigozhin's mutiny, following some strange occurrences involving the Wagner Group's weapons. The VCK OGPU Telegram channel reports that although nobody has been charged over the mutiny, the FSB continues to actively search for high officials who may have been involved in the June March of Justice, organized by the head of PMC Wagner, Yevgeny Prigozhin. At the same time, the focus of attention of investigators is now concentrated on the Rosgvardia, although initially employees of this service as potential traitors were not considered. According to VCK OGPU, a strange agreement between Rosgvardia and the private military company emerged immediately after the mutiny. This has prompted the interest and suspicion of investigators. The channel reports that it turned out that during the disarmament of the Wagnerites, they stashed until better times a significant part of their ammunition and equipment right in the warehouses of the Rosgvardia. One such cache is said to have been created near the village of Kazachi Stan, location not further specified, near a Rosgvardia training ground. Up to 4 large containers of military equipment were transferred to the cache, and the scheme was supervised by a certain Roman who holds the rank of general. There may be an innocent explanation for this. Immediately after the mutiny, it was announced that the Rosgvardia would be equipped with heavy weapons to suppress future armed uprisings. However, the authorities will likely want to be completely sure of its loyalty. Estonia's military intelligence agency tipped off Ukrainian counterparts about an attempted Russian airborne assault on Kiev's Hostomel airport in the early hours of the invasion, potentially helping thwart a decisive blow to Ukraine's defenses. According to an interview with outgoing Estonian military intelligence chief Margo Grossberg, published by the independent journalism outlets Delphi, Estonian, and V-Square, English. Grossberg told that on the 24th of February 2022, hours after Russia launched its invasion, 18 Russian Il-76 military transport planes loaded with elite airborne troops took off from Pskov heading for Hostomel airport. Their goal was reportedly to quickly capture Kiev. "I cannot confirm or deny this," Grossberg said when asked if Estonian intelligence had provided advance warning to Ukraine about the airborne operation. Grossberg stated, however, that the Hostomel battle that day might well have been the most crucial battle in the whole course of the Ukrainian war so far. He added, "If the ILs would have been able to land at Hostomel, we might be today in a totally different situation than what we have." Thanks partly to Ukrainian artillery bombardments that prevented the Russian planes from landing, the airborne assault failed. Grossberg called Russia's initial war plans clearly wrong, noting they were based on flawed assumptions likely filtered to please leadership. The intelligence chief said his agency detected worrying signs of Russia's invasion plans back in spring 2021, when military units were strangely relocated near Ukraine's border. Grossberg said that by September 2021, it became clear Russia would attack, though the start date remained uncertain. "You have seen how Solovyov humiliates people. Look how he knows how to fawn on those in power. Perfect example of Russian social skills of survival."
Мария Владимировна, у вас, как понимаю, глубокая ночь. Вы в Нью-Йорке же, да?
Да, у нас сейчас где-то 1:30 ночи, да.
Сергей Викторович очень забавно шутит. То есть, ну, Сергей Викторович блестящее чувство юмора. То есть там уже его цитировал, он обратился к нашим журналистам, да. Ну, хоть сходите погуляйте, вы же там на 40 километров-то отходить можете. Это же впервые, когда нашим журналистам ограничили еще возможности передвижения. Ну и, конечно, мы дико страдаем от изоляции. То есть просто очередь на встречу с Сергеем Викторовичем такая.
After a quarrel with Gherkin, Pasha Gubarev began to lay out incriminating evidence against him and write honestly about what happened in Donetsk in 2014 after Gherkin and his gang arrived in the city. Gubarev admitted that Gherkin's people were involved in racketeering, raiding, and looting. Local businessmen were tortured and robbed. They also quarreled and conflicted with each other all the time. In addition, Gubarev also once again confirmed that the main role in the seizure of Donbass in 2014 was played not by militia at all, but by battalion tactical groups of the Russian army, which invaded Ukraine in the Ilovaisk region in August. Everything I have written about since 2014 is now confirmed by the participants in those events. We in Ukraine said from the very beginning that the DPR is not the people of Donbass, but rabble and bandits. And Gubarev confirms this. We in Ukraine said from the very beginning that there is no rebellious Donbass and internal conflict, but there is a war with Russian mercenaries and the Russian army. And Gubarev confirms this. In 2014, Russians created legends about the heroes of Novorossiya. Now these heroes themselves trample each other into the mud. Russian-occupied Crimea, Ukraine. One destroyed Russian 152mm 2S5 Pantsir-S self-propelled howitzer, and one destroyed Russian BTR-82A being transported by trucks. One damaged BTR-82A is also visible. These appear to be undocumented losses. And for the end, something completely different. City of Istanbul engulfed in darkness during the day after a giant black phenomenon covered the sun for almost 5 minutes. Can anyone explain this?
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.